Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Hassan Jami and I am a community imam here in the city of Nottingham. All over the world, many millions of people celebrate this wonderful event of International Women's Day, and rightly so. It's a wonderful event to celebrate the wonderful achievements of our women throughout history, in the present time, and look towards the future on how we can support our women, whether they be mothers, whether they be wives, whether they be daughters, or whether they be sisters. Every single, I believe, woman should be supported to achieve their goals and their ambitions. In Islam, the Prophet ﷺ has not restricted in any way, shape or form the advancement, the progression, the education and the achievements of women. In fact, the Prophet ﷺ's most dearest wife, Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu ta'ala anha, was one of the most prominent narrators of the hadith, and she had narrated such hadith that involved the personal matters of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and a very highly intelligent woman. And there are so many examples like this within our Islamic history. My plea to our young sisters throughout the world, particularly Muslim sisters, as I am an imam, so I always talk to my congregation, I always talk to the people of my faith, and one thing has become clear is that although we venture out to sort our equal rights, to defend, and rightly so, defend our rights as people, it's so important that we do so according to the Quran and Hadith. There's so much within the Book of Allah and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that teaches us how we must conduct ourselves, how we behave towards fellow people, to our neighbours, to other community members. And it's so important that we do so according to the sayings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's also so important for our young ladies to understand that they can achieve whatever they wish to achieve, whether that be in sciences, arts, sports, whichever field they feel they would want to achieve in. We as a community need to support that. We need to facilitate certain aspects of that and encourage that, and in no way try to restrict that. The guidances that have been laid down in Islam to do with women is what Allah Azza wa Jal has preferred for His noble women to do, and it's so important that we understand this as a whole community. One of the most wonderful and most auspicious identities that you can physically see in a Muslim is the hijab. As soon as you see somebody with a hijab on, you instantly recognize them as a Muslim, and that's that identity that we must sort out to protect, defend wherever possible. I'm sure many of you have come across discussions and sometimes debates around the rights of women in Islam, and I would just urge everybody to read the Quran, read the Sunnah. If you look at pre-Islam, the way women were treated, it was Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam who in fact initiated the International Women's Day, if you like, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam preached to his congregation, when he told the Sahaba how they must behave towards their women, how they must behave towards their daughters, how they must protect the honor of their daughters and the honor of their sisters. And it was Islam that really brought the gender recognition of women to the forefront of people's mind and absolutely challenged the status quo of the establishment in Makkah and in Medina. So it's so important for us to recognize the rights of women, but in the same time of recognition, we also need to respect the identity of Muslim women, and we must protect the identity of Muslim women, and women who perhaps feel that they're being forced to practice Islam really need to have support from the wider community.